Hey everyone, Eric with the Real Estate Tech Guys, also the CEO of Crowd Comfort. I'm here with Brennan McReynolds, who is Head of Product and Technology for Host at CBRE, and someone that we've been engaged with for a long time, yeah. And it's been great to see the evolution of your product and what's happening. Yeah. And really have enjoyed our work together and look forward to doing more. In this program, we're really looking to try to understand how technology is impacting the workplace. How do these major corporations that we are both dealing with manage the decision-making process and figure out what do we want, how do we deploy it, what are the challenges? And we see a broad spectrum of customers that want to solve a particular pain point to customers that want everything solved. And we're sort of, I think, we focus on a specific pain point. You guys are really bringing a broad suite of products to the market. Which tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, no, I think that's a appropriate way to think about our role within CB and as a service provider is really to think about the holistic journey, right? And Host really represents CBRE's investment in elevating the workplace experience through better service delivery, so hospitality, the training, the people that manage the workplace, and then the technology component. And I think when you think about our brand affiliations in life, right, whether it's if you fly a lot, I'm a Marriott guy and I'm a Delta guy, right? The continuity of experience is important. So the quality of check-in to the quality of the app on your phone, and then the quality of the flight service, whether it's in a hotel or on the flight, is important. So Host really represents building and creating a continuity of experience within the workplace and the enterprise. And what's important about the technology side is that we look to not build a proprietary piece of CB technology, but look to best-in-class partners. So we serve as that singular interface to bring it all together into a unique kind of one app environment that delivers kind of a know you, serve you experience for an employee within the Fortune 100.
Yeah. And as we both know, getting major corporations to then say they want or need something, but then actually getting them to act. If you were to just want to say, like, these are the things that I would recommend to someone who's trying to make those decisions, what would those be?
There's a couple things. I think one is don't try to do everything at once. So really start with what is my current pain point and outcome, and find the right partner to help you do that. If you're not aligned with IT, you probably should get aligned quite quickly.
Yep.
And then also HR. And because when you begin to put an app in the hands of an employee, in any sense, it's important to understand the implications to data and privacy and user experience. So real estate, IT, HR should be aligned day one. Day two is what are your priorities? Day three is have somebody to champion, or the step three is to have somebody to champion that project and really kind of own it and make sure that it's not a part-time job, but it's somebody who really can commit to delivering that experience with a partner. And then as you get to choose the partners, it's important to understand that people bring kind of very single-focused solutions, multifaceted solutions, open solutions, and really what's the right solution for the enterprise, knowing and acknowledging your current technology stack. And I think that's also important. You have to kind of know who you're playing with, who you're committed with, and what they're doing before you choose somebody to help bring together a kind of a unified, connected workplace experience.
Got it.
But prioritization is the first most important thing, period.
What's most exciting to you when you think about where you're going and where the future is in workplace technology?
I think it's the ability to inform and recommend how space is occupied. We think about, we're opening the environment, we have this kind of open seating, we use the word agility or agile work. It's really about choice, right? Employees want choice, and our technology platform is meant to help provide and enable choice within the workplace. Choice with services and amenities you take advantage of, from food and beverage to events and classes to the way I occupy space. And the ability to do that in the most seamless and anticipatory type of way, and a personalized way, is what's important and what we get excited about, right? So it's not, we don't want to build everything, we really want to provide that experience that knows when to recommend, hey Eric, you haven't had lunch yet, do you want to order food because I see that your schedule's. So really that extension of almost a virtual assistant, if you will. And that doesn't have to be through conversational AI or voice-enabled commands, but really just looking at past behaviors and then anticipating your needs based off your schedule and your calendar, and then recommending the right way to operate in the workplace, ultimately removing friction and saving you time.
How did you actually know I didn't have lunch yet?
I think we're both a little hangry in terms of our demeanor, but
I thought that was a host technology that you had created and somehow knew that, but that will be the future. And I know that you had a session where you were talking about machine learning and AI and that kind of stuff. Tell me a little bit about how you guys think about that, and it's a big topic, obviously.
I think, so we've invested in having an artificial intelligence machine learning team within CBRE. They sit in Dallas, and we look at what is the decision we're trying to make, and how does a model and machine learning help us get to that decision, and how does it expedite that? There's plenty of data sets within the workplace, so it's really honing on what do I want to accomplish, what's the business problem. We see that a lot around utilization of space and recommendation, as I was saying earlier, around that app saying not where do I want to work, but what is my intent? And instead of saying, how do I need to book a room, find the time, meet with Eric, it's just express the intent, and then the model figures out everything else for you, right? So I think that's where we're really looking to leverage AI and ML, and then make it, incredibly fluid, and the way we converse in the workplace with one another, the same way you would do that with technology to accomplish that task of room booking or a service request down the road, or things like that. Where you guys come in and really pick up the ball there.
Yeah, and I think I look at it and say, the big question is how do you predict what someone needs or wants, and I think about it from the standpoint of like if Starbucks wants to predict when you want a latte, they're going to look at like 7 a.m. on the Mass Pike at exit 7. You might want to have that non-fat latte.
Right.
Can I order that for you? The only way they know that is if you've ordered it in the past, right? And understanding those patterns. And I think the way we look at it is we unlock that sort of human request data,
right,
and that sets up the pattern for understanding what people want in the future. And so, applying ML and machine learning and AI type of technologies in the human realm, it's all about what do people want today, so you know what they're going to want in the future. But
what challenges? What about you? I mean, you asked me a question around how do we effectively begin to solve that problem when people reach out. What have you guys observed from somebody comes to you with, I want to deal with this stuff? Like, how do you get them focused in order to where you can move forward with a?
Yeah, it's everyone's a little different. Some organizations really understand the nature of technology development and this kind of agile mindset. Right. Others have a hard time. They understand it, but at the same time they ask for things that are like, creating a larger roadmap challenge, and trying to do things that actually, you're trying to fit, it's a square peg in a round hole. Right. So it's a lot of it is like consulting that client to say like, what do you really want? What can we really deliver effectively? And you want as a provider of a solution, you want to be able to do everything you possibly can, but at the same time, if you don't deliver, right, it's not worth the effort because you'll lose them as a client. So it's a lot of it is consultative, and
it's all expectations. I mean, I think with emerging technology, I think as you guys have known and seen, it's finding the right client who is informed, prioritized, and then just being open, honest, and setting the right expectation of what you'll have day one. And what's interesting is a lot of people have demands because this consumerization of the workplace, and our expectations are being brought to us because we can do something in Uber and something in Uber Eats, and then like, why can't I do that in the office? And then I want that now, and like, hold on, like, here's the challenges, complexity to that. And then most of the time, most clients will go, hold on, that actually makes sense. I understand why I can't have that on the next release or on the next piece of the roadmap. But it's a conversation that has to be.
Yeah, real estate's an incredibly exciting place right now because it's been resisting the onset of these technologies for a long time. Right. It's been like, and it's a part of the organization where it maybe is the last place to think about it, and that creates a giant opportunity. But it's also, there's a mindset change, and there's a whole process. A lot of these companies that we're working with we're educating them on how to adopt native technology. Going through that process the first time with native, and it's like, that's kind of astounding to us. And it's not just from a real estate perspective, it's dealing with their IT departments. And that's really kind of interesting and amazing from my standpoint.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of apps that are been deployed within the workplace to that extent, right? Yeah, so there's a new muscle memory being built, and I think we're on the receiving end, or the tip of the spear, if you will, in terms of building that comfort, but also there's some discomfort to get you to the place to launch.
For both of us.
Yeah,
so
excited for it.
Thank you very much for spending.
Yeah,
you got it. Yeah,
Enjoyed
we'll have
it.
you back.
Thanks.
So, thanks.